Hey folks, I'm in the shop today with Captain Matt Elliott, and he's gonna show us how to turn lead into gold.
Oh, turn lead into gold.
Yeah, we're talking about these little things here. This is a plug knocker that he makes, and you want to explain how these things work?
Yeah, so the idea is that when you get your lure snagged, you unsnap this, and you'll take your line. You get close to where your lure snagged, and take your line, snap this on. What it does, it'll run down to the snag and give some leverage to pop off, whether it's your silver buddy or jig, crankbait.
I've used them on all kinds of stuff. I actually, I think I went 3 months this summer using one of them.
Yeah, that's great.
And I mean, I think on average it's 9 out of 10 snags. It gets them back.
Yeah.
I have a quick video. I was actually on the water yesterday up on Lake Marburg, and I got a blade bait snagged. Let's take a look at that video and you can kind of see this thing in action. Got another snag here. I've tried doing the trick where I get my hand on it and jiggling it up and down. That's not really doing the trick, so I got my plug knocker here, and it's just a swivel that, and I'm gonna clip it on there. It has that little clip, and I just send it on down the line. Down it goes. It's deep. Boom. There it is. And I could feel that hit right on the blade bait. And I'm just letting that lead weight jump up and down on it. And I will tell you, it's probably, it's a cheap thing to make. I'm actually going to get up with Matt Elliott and show how these are manufactured. Very simple thing to do. If you have the equipment to pour lead, just buy some swivels. That'll be another video. But I think it's about 9 out of 10 times that it works, which, really helps pay for itself pretty quickly. I mean, many times over, because they cost next to nothing to make once you create a mold. And just buy some swivels. Cheap investment in keeping your tackle. So Matt, you like to powder paint them blaze orange. I got some gold.
Yeah.
Powder paint. I'm gonna do mine gold because I think they are little gold nuggets.
They are.
So
it's a lifesaver.
How's this work, man? You made this this mold yourself.
Yep. So it's knock that one out. So what it is 2 plates of aluminum, and had to drilled 4 holes originally to bolt it together. You want it nice and flat, as flush as possible to each other. And then, as you can see on the outside, these were all just experimental sizes that didn't work out as well as these cavities. I tried to make a bigger cavity, but it didn't work quite as well as kind of a tight cylinder like what these cavities provide.
They for sure work. We got a pile of these. I stopped by Dick's on the way and picked up these barrel swivels with the snaps. So we'll get a bunch of them poured up here.
Yeah, we're gonna try this guy here. So pour it.
So you pour it part way, and you got to time it right so it hardens.
Yeah. Kind of just drop it right in there.
I'm sure there's a lot of trial and error in figuring that out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then any little burrs here, will fold over, but you want to have it, what I try to prevent any kind of sharp edge on this that could possibly cut your line. I mean, when it's down there, the idea is for this to be kind of a counterweight to knock your lure free.
Right.
You got all different weights here, depending upon how deep or how big your plug is.
Very nice. All right, we got a big pile of them. I'm gonna take those back and powder paint them gold. They don't need to be powder painted. I just kind of think it's cool if we have them that are gold.
I agree.
So
Make a little paint on there.
yep. I appreciate you showing me this and that you know brought these to me, and I've enjoyed using them. It's an ingenious mold you've come up with, and these are awesome. Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. Enjoy. All right, so we're gonna paint some baits up here. Got David Gobeli, longtime fishing friend of mine,
How you doing?
and we have a lot of fun making baits, pouring lead.
So what do you got here?
It's a flow bed system.
Yep.
So, just an air pump that flows air in here,
Air comes out
air comes
there.
out, and then
You put the paint.
put the paint in this cup, and there's just a lot of tiny holes in here. Some are perforated, I guess. So, what it does, as opposed to when you take your powder paint that's kind of, you know, after a while it's settled, instead of heating up whatever you're painting and just kind of dipping it in, which doesn't give you great coverage, when it's in the flow bed,
It fluffs it up.
fluffs it up. So kind of all the paint particulates are floating.
Gives you better even coverage.
Nice.
Okay, so here we're just opening these swivels up so that we can be prepared to dip, cover, and then basically hang it up so that the paint can dry, so that they can dry, or the temperature can come down on them.
The torch is much faster. We don't have a ton of propane. So that wasn't hot enough. Should we use the torch? I've got one gas bottle.
Sure.
There you can see how it's, when it gets the temperature, you can see how it wants to go on. There, it's coated. Doesn't have to sit very long, it's just that keeps the paint wanting to stick to something so it comes down a little bit.
All right, well, sometimes if you're heating a bigger chunk of lead, having a propane torch works better, heats it up faster. Gotta be careful so you don't burn them.
Yep. There's our gold
Hang it
nugget.
up right there. There's your gold nugget. Hang it up.
Sweet.
Next.
That torch definitely gets those chunks much hotter.
All right. There it is. They're all gold nuggets. That should be good for a couple years. Appreciate it, Matt.
Absolutely.
What are you working on next? You got a welding job you're
Oh
doing?
yeah. So we're gonna repair this. Well, this is a vacuum air compressor that goes to the gas station, Buddy's gas station. That was
Like corn operated
yeah,
vacuum out your car type deal?
right. And someone tried to heist it. It ripped off. This is where you would tie it into the concrete. So got to make some more anchors I'm gonna put them on the outside.
Cool.
And
How do people get in touch with you if they want to get some custom welding stuff done?
they could look me up on Facebook.
Yep.
Or Mouthful Customs on Instagram.
Nice.
Yep.
I appreciate your helping. What are you working on?
I've got some 2 and 4 ounce jigs for flounder.
Nice.
Those are the 2 ouncers.
You fishing them deep?
The 2 ouncers we fish up on the shoals in 25 to 40 feet of water, and then these 4 ouncers we take deeper on the wrecks, 60, 80, sometimes down to 120 feet.
Very cool.
Yeah. These are 7.0s. Some people go with the 8.0 big game, but I actually like the 7s. I'm doing 2 and 4 ounce because I've already banked a bunch of 3 ouncers. And Matt, as you can see, this is sort of dark. He sprayed them down. Matt, what'd you spray this mold with? That carbon, show them. It helps prevent them from sticking inside the mold.
Dropout spray.
Dropout spray.
Helps with inferior if you don't have good soft lead. Spray it down, let it dry.
So what I'll do is put some super glue right there and then put a tube skirt on, and it sort of dangles back there. It's easier to do it that way than to tie up a bucktail, and seems to work just fine for me. And then use a gulp in the back here or a piece of cut bait, and just be down there in the wreck and they'll tackle it.